Yo, 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 yo. What up, world? What up, fight fam? It's your boy Mac with Stay Ready Boxing TV coming at you with some news you can use and another boxing conversation with the usual suspects. What's going down, family? What's going down, people? What's going down, fellas? I got that boy, Odd Fella, PK Boxing and MMA. Fuller Sports, Act Reacher, and my brother, the other half of the Houston Hard Hitters, 503 Lions. Salute, my people.
Salute.
Legendary top cats in the building.
Just dropped in, never late, but always on time. What's going down?
What's up? What's up? Hey man, I heard there's a problem around this motherfucker, man. I'm laced up, man.
Oh, what problem? What we in? Yeah, we ain't got a problem. I ain't heard of no problem. Who got a problem? Y'all let me know what's going on. Huh?
My shit breaking up. I said I'm ready to set this bitch out, man. I heard it's a problem, man. These niggas out here tripping, man.
Who?
Oh,
let me know what's going on. What I done missed out on?
I came in late and I'm coming from BFTV shit. Them niggas was turned up.
Oh, they talking about they talking about CJ. We'll talk about it, but
boy? Oh damn, CJ.
Yeah, no, he ain't tripping. We'll talk about it. But hey, 503. Hey, what was you saying about Mikey though? you said you felt Mike. Hold on. Let me jump in the let me.
Nah, man. This what the business is, bro. Everybody know that Abner Mares pulled out the tank fight like, on some shit like damn. That's all I've been seeing all day today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, damn. We ain't even got like 2 months before Earl fight. I'm like, is this nigga Mikey gonna pull out too? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? What's going over there at Robert Garcia camp, bro?
No, Mikey ain't gonna pull out. I watched the interview with Mikey yesterday, bro, and Mikey actually is more confident now that he thinks he can beat Earl than he was before. The way he was talking, you can hear you ever heard somebody talking? You can hear the confidence in their voice, and his confidence comes because of Teofimo Lopez went in the Robert Garcia camp before that Keith Thurman fight, and he said, "Did you see how him and Keith Thurman was fighting? And I feel that I can go in this Earl fight the same way." He said training with my brother and my family will change a fighter's, will change a fighter. We have him going to fight looking better than he ever have. So that fight right there alone gave him a whole lot of confidence. Don't know why, because Teofimo Lopez looked the exact same to me. he just had a different mindset in the fight, but hey, it is what it is. And Foley, you typing loud as a motherfucker.
My bad about that. Let me put it on.
You good? Hey, salute to Gregory Wyatt in the chat. Jeff Marshalls, everybody love Raymond. Tony Snowflakes in the building. Texas Bubble Stop 6. Mr. King Palmer, Young Merv, the Cut Man, Shakita Dial. Hey, Shakita. Hey, KV, Big Facts. Ace Man, Eric R, Roy Cooper, Mark Wonderless, Jude the Fighter Fan Lewis, Robert Stewart, not Rohay, Thief in the Night, Jay Good, Nitty G, Junior the Truth, what's up with it, my brother, Jeff Marshall, Big Douse, 513, Green Jarrell, Lawrence Williams, Stephen Hawkins, RS Cooper 23, Eric Jenkins, LT Green, The Evolution, Steve, Macadon Warren, Michael Johnson, John Johnny, 501 Shy Boy Zan, Brian S, CB Sports TV, Snack B, Ella Navarro, Lowland Profits, Hyphy, J1 Pro, Green. Oh, I already said that, man. Salute to y'all. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat, man. But yeah, back on this Mikey thing. Mikey ain't gonna pull out, bro. I don't think Mikey gonna pull out at all. Anybody else just feel just because of Abner? And that was the whole point of my lie today anyway, because I think Abner's scared anyway. But I don't believe Mikey gonna pull out one bit.
Nope, neither do I. Mikey's just on a different Mikey got a different pedigree.
Too much money on the table. Too much
money on the table. And Mikey, you gotta admit, Mikey's a real fighter. Mikey's a real fighter. He's shown no patterns of this type of behavior before. Abner Mares, he's not on that level. There's levels to this game, and Abner Mares ain't on that level. You know, dig? We know he was in there to be Tank's food. You know what I mean?
But he wanted to fight. He the one that called out Tank. Tank never called out Abner Mares.
That's
Abner
only.
Mares, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say because Tank never even thought about fighting Abner Mares. It was Abner Mares pursuing him.
Regardless,
That's true.
regardless, we can't project Abner Mares' ducking ability on Mikey Garcia. I think Mikey
Garcia. I don't think so.
Yeah, he gonna go through with this fight. He gonna get that bag, and he gonna get put to sleep or crouch down. What one of the two. You in the dig? He gonna go through with it.
May I ask something?
Abner Mares. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Callie. After you done, I'll go after Callie. Go ahead.
No, I said Abner Mares was getting ready to take a massive beat down anyway, man. I mean, I was ready to. I'm still going to that fight regardless. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask Tank some questions anyway, man. So that's my plan. I got a plan to go to the fight in Carson, then the next day go to the fight in Fresno. So Jose Ramirez and yeah, he was taking on, man.
You sounded like R2D2 over there. It's all good, bro. It's all good. But one of the ones, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat from the UK.
Yes, sir. What's going on, family?
What going on, fam?
Yeah.
Look, let me
go ahead.
I just wanna add on. I kind of agree with Callie and our fella in a sense. Like I'm split between the two because it's like, yeah, I've been saying like I'm tired of Tank fighting like, you know, these dudes with minimal movement and things like that. I want to see him really step it up and fight somebody that's worthwhile. But it's like at the same time, I do admit Callie's right. Abner Mares called them out before the Leo Santa Cruz fight even happened. So it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's like he's kind of in the middle. I just hope that he does go up to 135 because it's more interesting fights at 35. It's not too many opponents, but it's probably more than 130, to be honest.
Well, he's supposed to fight Tevin Farmer before they're trying to get him before the end of the year out. If he can hurry up and finish up, get all of his fights out of the way, as he continue to fight tomato cans. I'm talking about Tevin Farmer. But if Tevin Farmer can hurry up and get his fights out on the zone, then he could come over to Showtime and get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And that's just wait for that. So the sooner he can finish knocking out all the, beating all the bums on the zone, he could come over to Showtime and get knocked out. So I'm waiting for maybe that to happen at the end of this year or maybe sometime next year. But it's just a matter of time before he comes over to Showtime and gets knocked out.
Now, can I ask you something, Callie? Because Mac just brought up something before we went live. He was saying that after this fight, he wants to move up to 35. So will him and Tevin Farmer's fight be at like a catch weight? You think? No,
it can still be at 150. He can still make 130, man. So I mean, they may do a catch weight for that fight. Tevin Farmer can move up to 135 for one fight and get knocked out. It don't matter, man. He gonna get knocked out whether it's at 130 or 135. So he might just go up to 135 and get knocked out.
Do you think that fight is even gonna happen in the end?
I do. I think it's going to be too much money for Tevin Farmer. Unless Tevin Farmer don't let it happen after all of this shit he been talking, he's a true hoe nigga, dog. Because I said, which I think he is anyway. Because I think he's already fake. The fact that the promoter came out and told the truth on his ass, saying, well, that fight can't happen anyway because he's on the zone. And the fact that he had an opportunity to fight Tank Davis before he signed with the zone tells you everything you need to know too. So yeah, he don't want no smoke, man. I
have a question.
I think the fight gonna happen, but if you don't fight him, at the beginning of next year or at the end of this year, you don't want to fight him. You just clout chasing.
I have a real quick question.
What's up?
Did you guys see the face off that Tevin Farmer had with his next opponent?
Teofimo. I seen the post, but I never watched none of the video.
I seen it, fool. He was talking all that shit, calling them a bitch and shit with his little glasses on.
I have a question though.
Yeah, he was hiding his security cameras.
Farmer was looking him in the eyes though, or do you think he was looking at his promoter and looking at the audience? Or do you think he was actually looking the fighter in the eyes? What do you guys think?
Those eyes are motion detectors, so they sense everything that's moving.
we gonna talk about boxing. We ain't gonna,
that's part of boxing, bro.
That's his eyes sees all. He has the all-seeing eyes. But
that's Sauron. That's Sauron from Lord of the Rings. That's Sauron. Y'all don't disrespect.
Hey, tell me to tell you guys, stop hating on his marble eye. Just because it moves around, just because your eye can't move around like that, his eye stays spinning because it's just like a marble. You know, when you shoot marbles, they roll. So his eye do the same thing, man. So y'all need to come to terms with it and to stop being jealous because you wish you had a marble eye. That's, you know what I'm saying? Don't be jealous of his skill set. You know what I'm saying? He just told me to drop that knowledge to y'all, to pass that on to y'all.
Oh, so he Cable from Deadpool now. Okay, I get it.
Well, I'm gonna just say one more thing for a little while. What do y'all think about Anthony Dillian White yet another offer from?
Man, hold on, cause we gonna stick to this some other things real quick because we got a fight this weekend and we ain't even talked about it yet. So hold on, fool on all that. We got Alvarez and Kovalev, but one of the big things on it, we got Valdez and Teofimo Lopez on the undercard, and we ain't nobody talked about that all week. Even though I know Teofimo this should be easy work for Teofimo, but I really want to see him in this fight. What about y'all? Anybody?
I didn't know that he was on the undercard. Damn, he fighting again. Well, he didn't take no damage. Well, he didn't take no damage in that last fight, so you could do that. Or you don't do when
Stay
you
ready.
have
You might.
round.
Huh? You may step. Just not to cut you off. You may want to make a trek up to Frisco to go see that, bro.
Nah,
you may want to head up there, bro.
I thought about it, but nah, bro. He's fighting Diego Magdaleno. Nah, not this weekend. I'm gonna go up there in a couple of weeks, but not for the fight. That's why I can't go this weekend. Don't believe me. I thought about it, but I didn't want to give Kovalev not my part.
So that's Jesse Magdaleno's brother.
I know that's hard for you, man, but I know it's hard for you, but I would pay to see him get knocked out. I mean, it just
you know what?
It feels too good.
You're right. I should, but I don't know if that's Jesse Magdaleno's brother or anything like that. You know, dude is 32 years old. He didn't had 31 professional fights. He's 31-2. So Teofimo, this is a step-up fight. He's fighting a more experienced fighter. You know, Teofimo only has 11 fights, and he's fighting someone that's 31-2 in a 10-round bout. You know, he's getting his experience up. He's really serious about taking on a championship fight. You know, this year. So and this is a major step up. So I want to see what he's gonna do.
Hey, but what
keep up with Devin Haney? Go ahead, 503. Go ahead, 503.
Hold on, Kelly. Hold on, bro. What champion he gonna fight though?
No, he called out. I think he want Teofimo. I mean, he want Lomachenko. He wants that smoke. And plus, that's his stablemate. He wants that smoke.
Okay. Go ahead, Kelly. My bad, bro.
No, that's what I just said. Go ahead, man. I had said go ahead to you, actually. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you was gonna jump in, but I know he trying to keep up with Devin Haney. I don't think he want to fight Devin Haney, man. I seen that his energy was really different, man. When Devin Haney was
I agree, man. I agree. I actually agree, man.
Hold on, Kelly. You sure you ain't just saying that because you from town business? Is that town business?
No. Go watch that video. Go watch Fred's video. And you tell me that's all you need to do.
I'm not gonna lie. And I'm from New York. I'll admit I was wrong. Because if Fool will tell you, I was the one rooting for my New York brother, and he didn't look like he had that same energy. But Devin Haney pressed him about it, and that's why I sent it. You can ask one of the
looking
ones.
Bad for you New York dudes, man.
I was disappointed, man. I was disappointed.
You right for the town, though. Y'all know I'm riding for the town, man. ESO.
So let me cook on this right quick, man.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hey, Lawrence Williams said, yeah, Diego and Jesse are brothers. Diego sparred with Pedraza, Linares, and AB in their fights versus Loma and Pac-Man. So this gonna be a nice fight, bro. Go ahead, BFTB. Go ahead and cook, bro.
So I mean, all right. So one thing that I feel like I think I have an advantage over a lot of other people, man. I think I have an advantage over this because I'm sort of like a bastard, man. Like for real. I don't claim nothing and nobody and nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I ride with my shit is the best fighting the best. That's what sways my opinions. That's where I stack my money on. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if this motherfucker live with me for 30 years. If I think he's getting his ass whipped, then that's exactly what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? I don't go off of that where he from, and you know what I'm saying? I'm a ride because of that. And this is no shade to nobody, because I fuck with every last one of you.
What if it was your son? What if it was your son, BFTB?
And if he was about to get his ass whooped, I'd be like, listen here to me. Listen here, look. Listen, man, when you get up in there, you about to get your ass whipped. So this is what I want you to do. Knock this motherfucker. I want you to hit this motherfucker and get on your motherfucking bike. Listen, I feel like too many people be lying to people though, man. I feel like they be going and thinking about, yeah, you got all the skills to win. You could do all of this. No, fuck all that, man. Listen, if I'm getting my ass whipped, tell me I'm getting my ass whipped, dog. Don't set me up thinking I'm winning. You got me out here looking like Bobo the Fool, thinking I'm out here doing all great, like I'm winning and I'm getting my ass tore out the frame. Like, nah, man, don't be telling me I'm winning. I don't respect that, dog. I don't respect, and I wouldn't disrespect my son enough to tell him he's winning the fight when he's getting his ass whipped. That'll fuck with his confidence. Nah, I want him to know exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you getting your ass whipped. Listen, this dude's beating you all upside your motherfucking head. You need to block something. You know what I'm saying? Block something. I'd kick this motherfucker if he keeps coming. Do something. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have him. I'm telling him the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling this dude the truth. So now he know when he go out there, he gotta do something different. And that's why a lot of these fighters nowadays be fighting, because they be losing and thinking that they won this shit. Like my brother, like AB and shit. Like AB, I won that shit. I won. Because he going back to his corner, they're like, you did a good job. You won that round. Listen, dude, you won like 4 rounds. If that, the whole fight. And didn't no one tell him one time, you losing this fight. You losing this round. You need a knockout. You got to go for it. Not one time. Bro, nah, I don't agree with none of that shit. None of that shit. If you, listen, I don't care where you from. If you can fight, you can fight. If you can't fight, you can't fight. That's just the end of it. It is just that simple. Like Josh Taylor. That motherfucker can fight, dog. He can fight his ass off.
Facts.
And so it don't matter where he at. It don't matter where he from. He can fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? And I have a hard time picking against him against anybody. I'm being dead ass. And I know
I agree. He's the best 140-pounder, man. Go ahead, continue, BFTB.
I'm just saying, like, I know we fuck with Regis program, man. I know we fuck with Regis heavy. But like I said, listen, man, styles make fight. And I'd have a hard time picking anybody above that dude. Anybody. I have a hard time doing it. I'm being 100 with y'all. I'm being 100. I think that'll be a great fight. But I don't know if Regis can just beat Josh Taylor like that just because we fuck with him. So. I don't know that. I don't know that. I really don't. I don't see, like, when I see Regis, Regis is a bad boy now. Don't get me wrong, he a bad boy. But Josh Taylor is something different, dog. I'm gonna leave it like that. Go ahead. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Hey, hold on. Hey, what's going on in the chat with Green, Jarrell, and Hyphy? What y'all got going on? CB, let me know. Cause I see people going back and forth. I see somebody. Hey, Green Jarrell, if you in here causing problems, you about to get blocked, homie. You know what I'm saying? Just letting you know. Cause I don't know what's going on.
AJ told me to tell BFTB. AJ told me to tell BFTB. He said, "Hey, come on. You know, you're always picking on me, man. So I'd like for you to, take it easy on me, please."
I'll smack the shit out of Anthony Joshua, dog.
Hey, did y'all see that picture that they sent today? Main event Mark sent or World Breaker sent? Man, say dog. That. Hey, man. Hey, that dude looks suspect. Hey, extremely suspect.
Man,
Oh,
that nigga
man.
Ben looks suspect.
No,
You
no,
Hey, you
mean
see
no.
his massage? You guys ever see his
No,
massage therapist? His massage
no.
therapist, he gets oil rubs from a man. For real.
dog? It's in my
Full
video.
body oil rubs from a
Hey,
man.
you
Dog, go
right.
watch my video, dog.
You
Go
you
watch
right.
my Trap Closet 3 video. It's in there.
Yeah, you right. He been to look extremely look extremely suspect, but man, he just it's just more and more pictures that stay coming out, dog.
But stay
Yep.
ready. Stay ready. What's
That
more
was what we
suspect
trapped the
than getting?
closet for.
Hey, but what's more suspect than getting oil massages from a man? Full body, butt naked oil massages from a man. What's more suspect than that?
Man.
Yo, I'm
Hey, hold
telling you
on.
that.
Hey, hold on. Hey, one of them ones.
Yeah. I just wanted to chime in on the Teofimo Lopez situation. I agree. Man, best fight the Beth always be stealing my thunder, man. He's always saying the damn shit that I want to say. Dude reads my mind, man, and he fucking articulates what I want to say. So I have to keep my mouth shut. But yo, I end up having to try and say some shit contrary. Oh man. All right. Yo, on the subject of Teofimo Lopez, I don't believe he is the best right now. And he's good. He's a great up and coming prospect. I really like what I see from him. There's plenty of people that I would like to see him step up against. Some names such as Ricky Burns, Lewis Ritson. I don't know whether Lewis Ritson, after his loss, he would want to take a fight against Teofimo Lopez. But even people like Richard Commey, Luke Campbell, Gamboa, if he's still at 35. These are people that I would love to see Teofimo Lopez step up against. And, you know, if he gets through some of these people, it will elevate him further into being a prospect, even at this early stage in his career. You know, if he gets through some of these guys, which I would consider mostly kind of, you know, B level, then I would like to see him fight Lomachenko, because I don't know if he's ready for that fight just now. I don't know if he's ready for that fight.
Way too early, man.
I completely agree, because Teofimo Lopez is 21 years old. He's what, 10, 11, 12 fights in. That's not 11. That's not a point where you want to start throwing him up against the champions, and I think they're building him up the right way, man. I actually like that this fight isn't against. This is a winnable fight for him, and then he can like one of them once said, start moving up, taking on some bigger names, and really develop himself properly in the professional realm. You know.
Richard Commey is too much for him right now, though. Don't you think so? Richard Commey is a little bit too much for him right now. He's not ready for that.
Quite possibly. I mean, you've also got Robert Easter. You know, he might be a little too much for him.
Nah, he can't beat Robert Easter right now. That's too much for him, man.
Ain't Robert Easter moving up to 140?
No, I didn't hear that. Robert Easter said he's supposed to be coming back soon, but I think Richard Commey said after he wins his fight, he wants to take on Lomachenko. Now Lomachenko won't beat his ass, but I mean, but still, though, you never know. He may be able to make it somewhat competitive. He gonna lose regardless.
Yeah,
not if Lomachenko sit there. And Lomachenko better not sit there and get painted.
Yeah, I also think that Gamboa might be too much for him as well.
Coleman.
Hey, you R2D2 him, man, Fuller.
He might in there in Dembe.
Hey, Fuller, you breaking up?
Head like a Dembe drone. Boom, 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 boom.
Hey, Fuller, you breaking up? Say that again. You was breaking up.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. You was breaking
up. I said
up.
You never know with Richard Commey, man. He may go in there with the spirit of the Sante, and he may Dembe drum Lomachenko's head. He may boom, boom, do.
You know, so he's gonna get BFT. BFTP gonna have to come in there now. I gotta hear this. What he got his take on it,
bro. Listen, bro. That shit is not happening. Richard Commey is getting destroyed by Lomachenko. Listen, I understand. We saw some kinks in Lomachenko's armor when he fought Pedraza. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I understand all that. I get it. I do get it. There's openings. Nobody's invincible. I understand all of it. Richard Commey gets destroyed by Lomachenko. Destroyed. That is, listen, I understand Commey got popped. I get it. I do. Lomachenko does not stand there. He does not just stand.
Yeah,
Richard Commey gets washed. He will get washed by Lomachenko. They're going at the Lomachenko because Lomachenko is a name. It's not a big money fight because he's not a big money fighter, but he is a name. That's why they're going after Lomachenko. They think after, listen, how many motherfuckers was calling out Lomachenko before Pedraza? I didn't see many motherfuckers calling it out before that. Right now, they think shit's sweet. The Pedraza fight, I think, for Lomachenko was probably the best shit that probably could have happened to Lomachenko. Because now motherfuckers is thinking shit sweet. Shit, you even see Tank talking about it. You see Tank, no, listen, I know there's some Tank lovers. I get it. I fuck with Tank. Heavy. But again, I am about the best fighting the best. And Tank Davis ducked Lomachenko a long time ago. I don't give a damn what nobody said. He ducked his ass a long time ago. You say, Tank, you want to fight Lomachenko? You know, because I ain't trying to hear that shit, dog.
Hey, no, BFTB, because I want BFTB to continue. He told me in July that he fight him in 2 years, only on pay-per-view. So I'm just gonna tell you that right now. So continue, BFTB.
You see, this is the shit I'm talking about, dog. This the shit I'm talking about. Look, this the shit I'm talking about right here. This the type of shit that be, yo. This is that bitch nigga shit that be getting under my fucking skin, dog. This the shit right here. Like, listen here, dog. Listen, man. How the fuck are you gonna fight this nigga in 2 years on pay-per-view when you ain't a fucking pay-per-view star? What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? And I'm like, yo, people gonna say, damn, BFTB, you going in hard at Tank. No, fuck that. Tank going in hard at me. I'm the consumer. This is the fight I want to see. This nigga's not fighting fighters that I want him to fight. Bitch, nigga, I'm giving you my fucking money. You ain't giving me shit. So don't think you, well, we are going on Tank Davis now. No, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. I'm in Baltimore. Fuck that. You are a fighter, right? You get paid to fight. We will give you the money to fight the motherfuckers that we want to see you fight. We don't give you money to just fight motherfuckers that you just feel like fighting. I don't give a fuck if that's the case, this nigga can just go pick up any cab driver, go to the local 7-Eleven, pull out the fucking Habib behind the fucking counter and fight that nigga 10 times. No, fuck that. I want to see you fight Kevin Farmer. I want to see you fight Lomachenko. I want to see you fight Machado. Those are the motherfuckers I want to see you fight. I don't give a fuck about how you fighting Abner Mares. How old is this motherfucker? How many times has Abner Mares got his ass whipped? How many times? What is Abner Mares bringing to the table? What? They're talking about, Lomachenko, he's not even a pay-per-view fighter. Bitch, nigga, is Abner Mares a pay-per-view fighter? Is he a pay-per-view fighter? As a matter of fact, how many niggas have you fought that were pay-per-view fighters? Let's get that out there. Nobody, listen, they all get this work, dog. They all get this work. All of them. I don't give a fuck if I fuck with them or not. Brother, I am a consumer. Nigga, I'm a consumer. I'm buying some shit that I want. I ain't buying your shit because I don't fucking want it. You out here talking about who the fuck you gonna fight because they are. He don't even fight on pay-per-view. Teofimo. He don't even fight. I don't give a fuck. I want to see that fight. Do I care? Do I think who will win that fight? I'm not talking about that. I want to see it. I am the consumer. You know what I'm saying? I am giving you my money to fucking give me a product that I want.
Yeah, and just to co-sign what BFTB...
Lucy, leave her baby alone.
No, but yo, listen, BFTB is absolutely right, man. He's 100% right. Let's not forget, look, when Mayweather and Tank Davis were cool, Tevin Farmer was calling out Tank. And Tank was going on like a diva queen on prom night. He was talking about, I'll fight you. You go and get yourself a belt. I'll fight you when I'm ready and all of this. Simultaneously, at the same time, both Mayweather and Tank were all talking about, Lomachenko, we don't need to rush. He getting older and we're going to take our time. All of that. Yeah. That was both Mayweather and Tank, stalling the fight and all of that. Tank's been ducking, man. Tank, you know, what was it, 2017, when on the McGregor undercard he lost his damn strap on the scales. You understand? I've been saying that Tank needs to move up to at least 135. Yeah, he probably walks around the fucking cruiserweight or something. Yeah, this guy's been weight brilliant at 130. He's picking and choosing who he wants to fight. You know, and you know,
and then trying to charge us for it, dog. He's trying to charge us for it. That's the problem.
There's nobody super
but the thing is,
super featherweight.
He said he was moving up after this fight, though, and he said he wanted. Look, I know for a fact that he wanted to fight Alberto Machado last year. Alberto Machado remembers a sparring session that they had where Tank beat the brakes off his motherfucking ass. So remember, Alberto Machado said, "I'll fight Tank. I'll beat Tank's ass since, you know, the WBA fucked me over." Well, and they did fuck him over by giving Tank the WBA super title without giving him no explanation. But Tank was willing to fight his ass to prove he was a WBA champion. And then he talked about fighting Miguel Bichel, and then I forgot the other cat after his last fight. So we know that this motherfucker don't want to fight. He don't want to fight Tank, man. I can tell you that right now. Alberto Machado don't want to smoke with Tank at all. Zero smoke.
Hey, listen.
Zero.
The only thing Tank Davis needs to be doing is trying to organize a fight with Lomachenko. As Best Fight the Best says, best fight. I want to see the best fight the best. All right. The only thing that Tank can do that's credible at 130, 135. No, sorry. At 130 is organize a fight with Lomachenko. If not Lomachenko, he needs to move his ass up to 135. You know, and start campaigning.
Like that's what I'm saying.
More credible.
The word is that he's moving up right after this fight. On next Saturday, he's moving up to 135 after that. So that's been the word. This is the last fight at 135.
Guess what? He's gonna start fighting some B class fighters at 135, man. I ain't buying all of that shit, man. Tank needs to start fighting some decent opposition.
Hey, no. I'm gonna tell you, the Tevin Farmer work. They really are trying to get the Tevin Farmer fight. Tevin Farmer's team is what's holding that up right now. That could have happened a long time ago. That's Tevin Farmer's end. The Lomachenko situation, that's Tank. Lomachenko avoiding Tank, that's a fact. But the Tevin Farmer shit, that's on Team Farmer, man. That's 100% on Team Farmer.
Yeah,
even his promoter came out and admitted that shit.
Hey,
Farmer's acting like a diva right now because he's hurt that, you know, Tank broke his heart, you know, the first time, talking about, you know, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to stall the fight out. So Farmer's just trying to get some petty revenge back, you know what I mean? And in actual fact, I can't speak for everyone, but
let's talk about it.
Okay.
I was going to say, let's talk about it because as reported from Michael Benson, Eddie Hearn declared that he'll be making a new sizable offer to Gervonta Davis for the super featherweight unification with Tevin Farmer, assuming both win they'll come about.
Now, hold on a second.
Nobody believes that shit.
Bro, listen, man. Listen, bro. Eddie Hearn talking about if Eddie Hearn is talking about making a sizable offer to anybody, then the fight ain't happening. Listen, bro. Now, and I'm not even playing, dog. I'm being dead ass serious, man. Like I tell you guys before, I take a dude for what they say. If this is what they say, if they prove what they're saying is what it is, then that's what I take him for. This motherfucker Eddie Hearn has proved consistently that he is not trying to make any fight with anybody to lose any of his top guys. None. You know what I'm saying? Now, he might try to fucking, if this is his last, because I know Tevin Farmer was on like maybe a 3 or 4 fight deal with them or some shit like that. So if this is the last fight, then okay, I might agree with it. If it's the last fight, you know, he's going to try to milk him out. You know what I'm saying? But if you just look at his track record, just look at what he did with Kell Brook. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody. This man ruined Kell Brook, man. He ruined him. This was Kell. Listen, and I don't mean to derail the subject and take up the topic, but listen, man, ain't nobody talking about this, man. Kell Brook was the #1 ranked welterweight in the world. He had the IBF title, right? They were about to have him fight Jesse Vargas for the IBF in a WBO strap, right? He was not willing to give this dude an extra $100,000, to have a unified welterweight champion. He turned that down and then went around and had his welterweight champion, who never fought at no other weight class, fight Golovkin at fucking full middleweight. and nobody said a word. I'm sitting here like, bro, I do not believe Eddie Hearn. He is horrible for fucking boxers. Absolutely fucking horrible. He raped Anthony Joshua out of $100+ million fight. You know what I'm saying? Raped him out of the best deal you could have ever made in boxing history. He raped him out of it. Bro, $50 million guaranteed, and then 50% of everything else it makes. Dog, you will never get an offer like that. You couldn't steal a better offer like that. You couldn't steal it. You're making up fucking, you're making excuses to not take that versus making a way to take it. No, I don't, listen, man, if Eddie Hearn said anything about clearing away, bro, just that shit ain't happening, dog. That shit is not happening. So you just moved out there.
Well, I can tell you this right now, though. I know this for a personal fact that Floyd Mayweather do not like Eddie Hearn. He hate that motherfucker, man. Absolutely hates that motherfucker. So that ain't happening, man. Already came out and said it too, that Tank ain't fighting on no motherfucking app. That's already been stated. That they gonna wait for Tevin Farmer contract to run out. It runs out this year, and then they gonna make him an offer to bring his ass over to Showtime and get knocked out. Now that's exactly what they want. They want that fight. I know that for a fact. Now it's a matter of does Tevin Farmer want that fight? And his team has been very sketchy on that shit since his contract ran out was on HBO, where he had an opportunity to fight Tank Davis on Showtime before signing to the Zone. So he's had multiple times to fight Tank already, and he hasn't taken that route. So go ahead.
So here's my thing about that, right? So I'm gonna go at that one, right? Here's my thing. Listen, Floyd is probably one of the greatest fighters to ever fight in the boxing ring, right? One of the greatest fighters to ever fight. But I don't give a fuck what he does outside the ring. I don't care. I don't give a fuck who he likes. I don't care if he likes his own mom. I don't care. I'm dead ass serious. I don't give a fuck about that nigga. He is a horrible promoter. Absolutely trash promoter. Trash. He should have been. Listen, if you got a fucking star like Tank Davis, that dude should be fighting 3 times a year. You should be maximize this guy's talent, man. Maximize it. You got this dude looking like a whole bitch out here, dog. You are Floyd Mayweather, but you are so worried about your own punk ass image that you are fucking your fighters. You got Tank Davis. I don't give a fuck about the rest of his stable because I really don't care about him. Tabiti is trash to me. I mean, I don't care about none of the rest of his stable. I'm looking at Tank Davis, dog. Tank Davis, bro. You got Tank Davis. You got arguably the next one. That's who you got. And you got this boy out here looking like a straight up pussy, dog. You got Lomachenko calling this dude out, talking about, will you let me fight your fighter? I'm not talking about you, but I want to fight your fighter. Will you let me fight him? Are you going to let me fight him? And then you got fucking Floyd Mayweather come out here with the same fucking punk-ass line. Look, like I said before.
We're going to take our time.
We're going to take our time. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make this happen. Like I said before, we not in no rush. You know what I'm saying? They in a rush. We not in a rush. This is what I be talking about, dog. This is the shit I'm talking about. Fuck your rush. We are the fight fans. We are the consumer. We know what the fuck we want. What these niggas are doing, right? They're like, it's like this. They're going to the grocery store. We're going to the grocery store. We're in the vegetable aisle. You know what I'm saying? We're like, damn. You know, I like cucumbers. But they're like, nope. Look, like I said before, we're not gonna give you these cucumbers. We're gonna take our time. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take our time. Let this marinate. Let these shit get a little almost rotten. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll think about giving it to you at this time. But we are in no rush. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to give you this cucumbers. I know you want it, but we ain't. No, fuck all that. I want my shit right now. I want it now. I don't give a fuck about the business of boxing. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, I want to hear from all fella Acting 503 because I haven't heard from them in a while. They've been over there quiet as a motherfucker. All right, fella. Man, you over there quiet as a motherfucker.
That's my guy. Cook on it, odd fella.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I was just I fell out of the conversation. What was the question that you was cooking on previously?
Oh, I was cooking on Tabiti bitch ass and Floyd Mayweather, fucking horrible ass promoter bitch ass, and fucking him fucking hurting Tank Davis. Tank Davis should not be looked at like a hoe right now, dog. He shouldn't. There's no way in the world Tank Davis should be looked at like a bitch. I don't think he's a bitch. He should not be looked at like a bitch.
No, he shouldn't. He really shouldn't.
Well, I was alluded to earlier on Cali's stream. They should throw a bag at Machado because it's coincidentally Machado's fighting on DAZN coming up this weekend on the same date that Tank Davis is supposed to be fighting on. So it's like it could be possible to throw him a bag and get him off the zone and to fill in for that showtime or
he don't want to fight. I'm trying to tell you. When I tell you he don't want to fight Tank, believe me, he do not want to fight Tank, bro. He afraid of that dude, bro. He don't want to fight Tank, bro. For real.
Listen, that is the type of shit that you should be talking about, dog. Cali, that is what we should be talking about. That type of shit right there. Listen, this boy, Tank Davis, should be looked at like Terence Crawford and Errol Spence in his division. He should not be looked at like a bitch. He should not be looked like he's ducking Lomachenko, like he's ducking these guys, like he don't want to fight nobody but bums. He should not be looked like that. But that's because you got punk-ass Floyd Mayweather, who was a fucking horrible promoter, got this boy out here looking like a whole bitch and a half. Not even just a bitch, a full bitch and a half. I'm sitting here like, dude, there's no way he should be looking like this, dog. No way.
Hey, we got 62 people in the building and 49 likes. Man, y'all smash the like button.
Yeah,
but you know what it is, right?
Man. Hit that like button, man.
They got this mentality of this, man. This is what Floyd Mayweather has. He like, if you fight him when he's past his prime, you still gonna get the same credit, just like Anthony Joshua figured out with Wilder. If I age Wilder out, if I age Luis Ortiz and all these dudes out, if you beat them, they don't show on your resume. It doesn't matter that they were 75 years old, and that's what Floyd Mayweather has. Now, I've been told that Tank would fight him now, but I heard from Tank's own mouth that he wants to wait him out 2 years. He will fight him in 2020 on pay-per-view, which is bullshit. But that's what Tank told me himself. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's exactly what I was told. I'm like, if I'm going to try to ask Tank Davis again if he's wanting to fight him sooner, and when I go to the fight, if I could catch up to him at the fight next Saturday, I'm going to ask him myself, hey, are you willing to fight, Lomachenko this year instead of 2020 and not on pay-per-view? I got to know.
Well,
hey,
exactly, Kelly,
can I ask you a question to the panel, the usual suspects, man? So, how long is Tank's contract with Floyd? How long is he like? Does it seem like he's when it's over, he's going to be trying to renew, or if he's going to be looking somewhere else?
He got 2 more fights. He has 2 more fights after this fight. So it's 3 fights left on the deal. But he said he ain't leaving Al Heyman, so I don't think he gonna. It's basically gonna be the same situation except without. It's just a situation where he wants to re-up with Floyd. I guess he'll probably try to stay with PBC. In my guess, man, I don't think he'll go over to the Zone. The Zone ain't doing nothing, but I think the Zone would probably try to make a run of the thing. Will Eddie Hearn still be around when it's all said and done? I think once he gets the chance to fight 3 times this year, I think he'll stay on the PBC. Do well on the Fox. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, it's a damn shame, and I hear the passion of BFTB, especially him coming from Baltimore, right? Tank's a great fighter. This is the thing, he's a good fighter, and the inactivity that he's been having, over the past 3-4 years is just, there's no excuses for it, you know what I mean? And especially as he's been so inactive, there's no reason for him not to be fighting the best, such as Lomachenko, or even moving up to 135. Shit, Tank could probably even move up to 140 right now, and he really needs to be challenging himself and, pursuing being the best. You understand? He's known for power at 130. Okay, cool. But how is his style going to translate as he goes up in weight? All this cherry picking and kind of, picking and choosing your fights, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because Mayweather's career was, exceptional. He fought the best, he didn't always get to fight his opponents at the times that he wanted to, but Mayweather has always been calling out the best, and he did fight everyone, but the way he's been managing Tank's career, man, I don't. You know what? As a matter of fact, I don't know whether it's Mayweather or if it's Tank himself. I'm not that close to the situation. I don't know whether it's Tank stalling or whether it's Mayweather trying to say, hey, no, stall Lomachenko out. Wait till Lomachenko gets to 35 and all of that, and then take him. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget, Nostrils is part of this too.
Nostrils is in the chat.
Oh, Nostrils.
Hey, hello.
Salute to Nostrils, man. Hey, yo, look. Salute to everyone, all the usual suspects in the chat, man. A man like Scrapbook, Hyphy, you know what I mean? Nostrils, all of you guys, man. Big up, man. Have respect for coming out every time.
I just say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead, fool.
Yeah.
Cook.
And then 503 after you.
Yeah, I'll let y'all cook. I said it before, I'll say it again. Bob Arum is not making. He's not going to make those fights happen. Fighters for Bob Arum are like orange. He squeezes them out until they're no good anymore. Everybody calling out Manny Pacquiao way before that fight was made. But Bob Arum wanted trilogies and fights that we didn't want to see. Timothy Bradley, 1, 2, 3. Manny Pacquiao, who else?
Margarita.
Yeah, like
he fought them about 40 times a piece.
But that's what Bob Arum does. I'm telling you right now that Terence Crawford is going to fight Jose Vides again. I'm telling you right now, they're already cooking that up.
Well, as of 45 minutes ago, they just announced and confirmed that officially Bud Crawford and Amir Khan is April 20th at Madison Square Garden. That's official. It is
fights afterwards.
Announced.
Watch who he fights afterwards.
And they also talk about if Teofimo Lopez win tomorrow this weekend, that he will be I don't know if he's gonna be co-main or what on that card, but I know he's gonna be he is gonna be on that card.
Yeah.
And 503, what's your thoughts on it, man? I can't hear you if you're talking. You there? Man, it sound like your mic popping. You done broke it, baby. The mic done been broke.
Hello?
There you go.
Yeah, man. That was great points by Kell and BFTB, man. My personal thing is, man, it's you gotta look at it from both sides, man. Bob Arum ain't making, really none of his superstars really step up in competition and fight nobody, man. I mean, you got Loma fighting Pedrazas and the guy that just got beat up at 140. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the old boy name? The Mexican he fought?
Jose Benavidez.
Nah, bro.
What you talking about? Pacquiao? Oh, Loma. Oh, Pedraza.
Linares.
Oh, Linares, the one that dropped him.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, he went. You talking about the one? Linares with Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Asking,
excellent boy. You know what I'm saying? And Tank, he really was one of the most youngest champions in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with what BFT. Hold on, BFT, before you say something. I agree with what you're saying as far as Floyd not being a good promoter and Tank not staying active. You have a point that's valid, but let's not forget Tank is one of the most youngest champions that we ever had in the history of boxing.
I agree with you. I'm just saying facts.
20 years old, I think, something like that when he became champion. We want all these other guys to fast track and become champions like Anthony Yard and you know what I'm saying? All these other guys, Jerron Ennis, whoever, whatever. But at the end of the day, Tank gotta say he want to fight. That's why I want Kelly to ask him I pray to God that you get the interview, my brother, and you get to ask him some real questions, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to ask him, will he fight Loma? You know what I'm saying? So will we get that fight this year? You know what I'm saying? And Tank got to put pressure on Mayweather and Al Heyman and Nostrils, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. I agree.
This the fight that everybody want to see. We want to see Tank versus Loma. We know we're not gonna see Mikey versus Loma because after he gets slaughtered by Errol Spence, Mikey is not gonna be the same. And I'm telling you that right now. Mikey will not be the same after that. And it will be easy work for Loma.
Facts.
I 100% agree. Hey, Ek, you've been quiet over there too. You cook on it, then PK.
You can let PK go first. I'd rather go last.
Oh, you at work, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. PK.
Man, so yeah, I mean, I definitely hear you guys, man. Tank, there's just a lot more work at 135. There's nobody. There's really nobody at 130, man. All the work is at 135. I'm looking at the rankings right now, and hold on, just had it.
Yeah, 135 is top heavy.
It's deep, man. You got I mean, he can even go in, even if he wants to go in and be like take some tune-up fights at 135. You have decent competition for him. You can have him fight somebody like Robert Easter Jr., somebody like Richard Commey, Devin Haney's there. There's more fighters at 135. So yeah, I mean, I hate that he's with Mayweather. But yeah, it's just another one of those things, another one of those situations where it's like, okay, is it the fighter ducking or is it the promoter? I mean, I know that Floyd's a shitty promoter, and I know that has a lot to do with Tank, but it's kind of one of the Bob Arum Bud situations. Like, well, who that and that just I can't help but like bring that like who is really doing the ducking? Who is really doing the ducking? I
disagree with you, bro. I gotta disagree with you, man. Tank be calling out these fighters, bro. Bud don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Bud kind of just starting to come out his shell, bro.
Hey, but hold on. Before you cook on that 503, I want to say this, because all of it ain't these fighters. Bob Arum came out yesterday and said out of his own mouth that he didn't give Pacquiao the Terence Crawford fight. Pacquiao wasn't ducking Terence Crawford. Bob Arum was ducking Terence Crawford because he didn't want Pacquiao to get beat up. So a lot of that ain't on Lomo or it ain't on Crawford. Most of it is on Bob Arum. So I gotta sit there and even though they're not vocal, even though they need to be more vocal, same way the Charlos need to be more vocal, it is a problem. But Bob Arum is the main reason that these fighters ain't fighting each other.
But we all know this.
Hook on that real quick.
We've known this for a long time. And I can't believe that
hold on.
Huh? You said what?
I can't believe for a second that Bud did not know what kind of character Bob Arum was, man. So for me, I'm not giving Bud passes on, oh, poor Bud, he re-signed with Bob Arum and now he's fucked. Nah, man, that's Bud's fault. He knew goddamn well what Bob Arum was like, and he fucking re-signed with him anyway. So Bud ain't getting a pass from me. Too bad, man. Tough shit, Bud. You shouldn't have fucking re-signed with him.
May I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
And, I'm sorry for being biased, but Errol Spence just has a temperament it fucks with. No homo. But when Errol Spence went dolo at Bob Arum, oh, yeah, you said Al Heyman didn't exist. You just had Bob Arum skinning it. Like, I make my own fights. I have my own promotional company. You call me. And what did Bob Arum say? Can we just enjoy this moment with guys in a fraternity of brothers, this, that, and the other? It's Bob Arum. Errol Spence pulled his cards and showed him what time it was.
Bud Crawford is not a prospect that just came into this thing, man. He's a 30-something-year-old man. He should know the
exactly
now, man. You know what I'm saying?
So I have no sympathy for Terence Crawford right now.
None. Not
a bum bash. Fine by me. Okay, that's him. But does that respect from me? Yeah, a little bit. But the die fans who are calling him this pound for pound #1, this, that, and the other, most of them are from. I'm not going to even front. I don't even know where Nebraska is.
Hold on, I know where it is. I gotta disagree with you. I gotta disagree with you. As of right now, Tank is pound for pound number one. Just because they're pound for pound number one don't mean they can't lose to somebody. Tank is pound for pound. Who else have undisputed? I mean, got unified a complete division besides Usyk. He's been unified. Hold on.
Talking about Crawford. You said Tank.
Oh, okay, Tank. Oh, I thought you were talking about Crawford. I don't know why I heard Crawford. I was going to say, yeah, Crawford is number one. Now, Tank.
This is where I'm at. All right, Crawford's undisputed at 140. What is he at 147? What has he done at 147?
Yeah, but he's only just come into 147.
He's only had 2 fights at 147, so we can't.
Hey, but guess what?
He picked the weakest champion. He picked the weakest champion in Jeff Hearn, and then he fought a one-legged man.
But I would too if I was boxing.
Hey, but guess what? Guess what he said on that video? The video. Guess what he said on the video, though? He said, first words too, to cook off of what you said, PK. These were Terence Crawford. Like, it's not my fault that I fought 2 champions at 147 and gave them their losses.
Wait,
words, not mine.
Wait, hold up. One second, family. Let's just press the pause button. 1 second. This is Terence Crawford we're talking about, man. Yo, look, listen. Oh, fucking.
No, he's talking about Tank. He's talking about Tank.
Oh, he's talking about
Crawford, bro. He talking about the video Crawford made last night, bro.
Oh, that video. Oh man. Okay, so I'm lost. Hey. I don't know how I got lost, but it's been so much going on. Okay, so let's start over. What was you saying about Crawford fooling?
He said
to piggyback off of what PK said about him choosing the weakest audience, weakest opposition. Terence Crawford said that you know, it's not his fault that he beat 2 weight. He went on to say Jeff Hearn gave Manny Pacquiao. Many people thought that fight was tied, and it was a controversial decision. He then goes and bashes Errol Spence without saying by name. Who did Kell Brook fight? He beat Sean Porter. Sean Porter is somebody on his resume at welterweight. I'm just saying.
Sean Porter got the best welterweight resume.
I'm just saying.
He does. Is Bud going after Sean Porter?
He in his feelings, bro.
Danny Garcia? Is Bud going after any of these other top welterweights? No.
Hey, wait. Well, let me ask a question. Right. So let's just recap. So Crawford has jumped. He's just unified the 140 division. Right. He's got 4 belts. He's unified. He's the undisputed.
We're talking about welterweight. He's not at 140.
Yeah, I know. But one second. Yeah.
Hold on, PK. Let him cook real quick, and then I'm gonna let you rebuttal on it.
Because I got a question for you. All right, he's unified the 140 division, right? So he's the undisputed champion, and he's the undisputed champion, right? So he's moved up now to 147, and in his first fight he fights Jeff Hearn. Jeff Hearn, call it what you want, but he bullied Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao wasn't ready for Jeff Hearn and the way that he came at him, and there was big questions as to whether Jeff Hearn was going to be too big for Crawford. You know, can Crawford handle Jeff Hearn? And Crawford schooled Jeff Hearn. And in his next fight, he fought Benavidez.
39 years old.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, PK.
We're not talking about Manny Pacquiao. We're talking about Jeff Hearn. I mean, what are you saying? You saying that Crawford should have jumped into the 147 division and then just took on Spence straight away? Like, what are you saying?
Is he the baddest at 147? Because that's what all his fans are saying. He's sure improving at fighting Jeff Hearn.
Yeah, but so are you saying that Crawford doesn't want to fight the best at 147? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I don't think
he does. Is that what you're saying?
He'll lose. I think he'll lose that O. He's holding on to before he retires.
PK, I gotta disagree with you on those.
I gotta disagree with you too.
What gives you the impression that Terence Crawford is scared to fight anybody? Crawford done said he wants to fight Spence. Crawford's cool. He said he wants to fight the best. He's already said that. He said he wanted to fight Spence. Spence said, nah, I'm going to take the easier route and fight Sean Porter. Now, I'm not suggesting Spence is ducking Crawford for 1 second. Well, I'm not suggesting Spence is scared of Crawford at all, but he did duck him. All right. So So
in my opinion, I think Crawford ducked the top competition at 147 by re-signing with Bob Arum. Because look how it's going.
Can we get this goddamn fight so we can get this stupid shit over with? I just want Crawford and Earl Smith to fucking fight already so we can end this stupid fucking debate.
Yep. But Crawford,
you go to linealboxingchamps.com and they have ranked number 1 Errol Spence, number 2 Terence Bud Crawford. These two have to fight in order to get the lineal champ. It's all over the place. We all want to fight, regardless of promoters or whatever. But to piggyback of what you're saying, one of them ones is like Terence Crawford doesn't undisputed deserve it deserves to be something like you know what I mean. He put together 4 belts. You know what I mean? He didn't defend it, but he still was undisputed at 140. That has to count for something. And that's
not
what
at 147. What does it count for?
Yeah, but that's why the WBO recognized him and gave him an automatic mandatory to Jeff Hearn because he was undisputed at a lower weight class. That has to count for something.
Let me say this. Let me tell you what the rules are. If you're a champion at a lower weight class and you decide to move up, you become automatic mandatory. That's
exactly
WBO.
Well, that's what I just said for the WBO.
It doesn't matter. IBF, don't he become mandatory in IBF as well?
No.
Okay.
He's just PK. He's just literally come into the 147 division as well. And you're kind of talking like he should have done for all these champions already, man. He's literally just come into the 147 division. I agree with you that he should fight Spence next. I want to see that fight. And I've got
he's not going to fight Spence next. He is not going to fight Spence next.
We know he's not. We know he's not going to fight Spence next because they both got fights impending. But I want to see the fight. And I'm telling you now, from what I've seen of Crawford ain't scared of no Spence. He wants to fight Spence. So if anyone's got any kind of disillusion that, you know, Crawford's ducking Spence or anything like that, let me just kill that straight away.
If he wanted him to fight him so bad, then why'd he re-sign with Bob Arum? If you wanted him to fight,
hey, look, man,
you know how Bob why'd he fucking resign?
Hey, one second, man.
Let me say something on that real quick. I just want to say this one time. PK, I get your frustration on that and aggravation, but at the same time, you know, we got to look at it like this. At the end of the day, it's prize fight. End of the day, it's prize fight. You know, when it comes to Bud re-signing with Al Heyman, he wasn't just re-signing with Al Heyman. He was re-signing with ESPN. He was re-signing that network deal. He was re-signing guaranteed money that he's going to get whether he fights or he don't. He's going to get more money on the back end as well. That's per the contract. But one thing that we got to realize with that whole situation is Tank Management was doing all that. He don't know what his situation could have been with Al Heyman because he didn't go talk to Al Heyman. He just stayed negotiating with what he already know. There's people that get stuck in the same place. They get what they call it. He got complacent. He sat there and got complacent with the same company, and he stayed there, especially when they offered him a bag that he's never got before. You offered him more money, but in the same token, he could have made more somewhere else, but he don't know that. So he stayed. So I can't knock him for staying with Bob Arum, even though we, as the boxing fans, know Bob Arum is fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. How do we know that he doesn't know that? I'm not gonna give him a pass for that kind of ignorance, man.
I'm gonna give him a pass because he's making money. He's making more. He's putting more money in his pocket. Hold on, fool.
You can't have it both ways, man. You can't.
Hold on, fool.
You can't say, well, you know, he's getting the guaranteed money, so good for him. But then when it doesn't, you know, it doesn't work out the way he wants to, not getting the fights he wants. Now he can play. Oh man, why isn't this happening?
No.
Why am I not getting these fights? You know why you're not getting the fucking fight.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you at that point.
$3.5 million to fight, man. That ain't no little ass money, man. You telling him to turn down $3.5 million guaranteed of money plus back end money. How many places are you going to go to get that kind of bag? Not everybody at PBC. No, PK, stop. No, PK, listen. But Bud Crawford is one of the highest earners in all of boxing right now. Yeah. So you get mad at him for turning down the opportunity to be one of the highest earners in boxing right now. He's a top 5 earner.
Good for him.
So he's an idiot? That's not an idiot. That's called smart business. I disagree. I think he should have signed with PBC. I think he should have signed with PBC.
Why?
But he got paid.
Why?
He got paid. ESPN gave him the bag, man. For real.
Why do you think he should sign with PBC?
Why do I think? Because I think he probably could have got more money, but ESPN offered him back. ESPN said they wanted to make him the face of ESPN boxing. That's what ESPN told him.
They did say that. They did say that. And it's like, it's like you're trying to, the fact that he signed back with Bob Arum, it's like you're trying to say that, because he's done that, he's now scared to fight anyone in the 147 division. Hey, look, man, I would have preferred him to sign with PBC, but I don't know the details behind as to why he signed with Bob Arum and ESPN, but it sounds like he got a pretty good deal. I'm assuming that Bud's not stupid, like he's not a stupid person, and that, there was credible reasons as to why he would have signed back with Bob. I don't like Bob Arum at all. But
not from what I'm hearing. What we're just saying is, he didn't know. How the fuck did he not know?
Well, I'm not. I didn't say that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is, regardless of who he signed with, I'm talking about Terence Crawford, the fighter. Terence Crawford, the fighter, will fight any one of these guys at 147. Like any one of these guys.
Now we're talking about the fight game, not the business game. You see what I'm saying? Trying to make.
I get what you're saying.
Wait, what? I don't get what you mean. What you mean?
No, he's okay. Let me break it down. What PK's looking at, like, you want to fight these guys, but Bob Arum is putting you in a situation where it's going to be hard for you to make those fights. And you went back and re-signed with this guy, and you couldn't get the fights to begin with. But at the same time, he didn't re-sign until after he fought the Jeff Hearn fight.
Hey, but you know what? I gotta say this too. We gotta know this. Bomac. We know Bomac is taking the shit on Al Heyman in the past. You gotta believe he has something to do with it.
I know he did. That's why I said. Terence Crawford don't know no better because he let his management take care of everything. And I said that. That's what I just said.
Shut up.
That's stupid, man. That's stupid. That's why I think he's an idiot.
Cheerleader, like all them people in the video that Terence Crawford made, men who were just like cheerleaders, man. I wanted to throw them some pom-poms. Like, yeah, give this, man. They're just yes men who are cheerleaders. They said that Thomas DeLore was in it. Get the hell out of here.
Kell and 503, y'all take over real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, bro. All right. Yeah, man. That video he posted last night, he had some cheerleaders in there. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. You know
they were gassing him up. Like 5.
He fucked up.
But huh?
He should have signed. Yeah, he should have signed with PBC. He could have got more money, but it's hard to turn down guaranteed money, man. When you grew up broke, man. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, bro. And then this is another thing. Terence Crawford is a loyal dude, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? He felt like he owed loyalty to Bob Arum and Top Rank. So that's probably why he resigned too. You know what I'm saying? But I think the fight gonna happen, man. If both guys win, then hopefully we should push for this fight next, in my opinion. I'm gonna just be real. If they keep winning, we gotta keep pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fight will happen. Spence is not scared of Crawford, and Crawford's not scared of Spence. I think the fight will definitely happen, but I just hope that it happens sooner rather than later. I don't want to see this fight in 2025.
Nah, it should happen next. If Mikey loses like we think he's gonna lose to Spence, and Crawford knock out Khan, we should push for it next. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's true, because they even competing with pay-per-views.
Yeah, and goddamn me, we don't know if old boy gonna win.
They're setting the table.
Yeah,
it's what we call marination now.
It's gonna be a great fight. It will be a great fight. For the hardcore boxing fans, it's gonna be, one of the greatest fights in a long time. And yeah, man, I'm rooting for my boy Crawford. It's a 50-50 fight in my opinion. But
I'm waiting for this fight won't happen till 2020, you guys. If it happens, it won't be till 2020. I know everybody's wishful thinking here, man. They're trying to milk this shit, man.
It sounds like it will happen in 2020. It does sound like it. But I think after both of these, Spence gets through Garcia and Crawford Khan, you know, I would like to see it next, but I don't think that they'll be able to sort out the finances and the politics in time for that to happen. So I agree, Kelly. I think it will happen in 2020. And you know, bro, everyone's getting wrapped up, boy. Snap. And I think that, you know, it's going to be a tall order. It'll be the toughest fight of both of these guys' careers, and I think Crawford can do it. I believe Crawford can do it. And when he does do it, PK, you know what I mean? I want to be hearing from you. I want to be hearing from you, PK.
Hear what?
That's a dangerous game to play, though. That's a dangerous game to try to 2020 for that fight. That's very
hold on. What did you say? One of the ones?
I said when that fight happens and my boy Crawford gets through Spence, I want to hear from you.
Oh man, hey dude, I never shy away from Crow, man. If that happens, trust me, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Spence waxes Crawford and everybody else at 147. But trust me, man, I have never shied away from Crow, and you will be the first one to shout out, brother. I promise you.
Yeah, you don't know, man. We got to link up for that. But you know, at the end of the day, I want to see the best fight the best, and these two guys are the best at 147, in my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. You know what I mean? Whatever your opinion is, I respect that. I'm not going to try and shoot you down for that. But Spence and Crawford are the best. If it can happen in 2020, that'd be great. But hey, look, man, you know, this politics is a big part of boxing, and it's something that we can't get away with. There's just so many different promoters and networks and managers involved and such and so forth. It is what it is, you know. Whether it's going to happen or not, we don't know. But, you know, we can only hope that it does, and, you know, hopefully we'll get some good fights, really. So, you know, we'll have to see.
It ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna retire.
Hey,
so
that's
I'm just gonna tell you that
he's gonna retire, man.
Yeah,
he does not want.
He is going. He's gonna retire. You know, I think if he fight early and lose, he's gonna retire. Whether it's next or not,
I believe it when I see
it.
Guess what? He will lose too. He will lose too. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, well, he could well lose. He could well lose. I mean, I'm rooting for Crawford, but I think he can pull it off. It's a 50-50 fight, man. You know, it's a 50-50 fight.
I don't know who's gonna win, but I don't know who's gonna win, but I want to see it.
Yeah. I agree. But, you know, as to whether he's going to retire, I mean, what, Crawford's 30, what is he, 31? What gives you the indication that he's going to retire so quick? I mean, the only reason, in my opinion, that he'll retire, the only reason why, in my opinion, that he'll retire is if he can't get the fights that he wants.
Hold on. Hey, Ed.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Man, you've been quiet the whole show. You ain't said nothing.
I mean, yo, it's so many people on the panel, and you know what I mean? I was like, I know I ain't gonna be able to go in. I know I ain't gonna be.
I've been waiting on you to come in and chime in. Come on, say something.
Well, we talk about the Spence and Crawford thing. Well, first off, I think that the fight will happen, and I'll be honest with you. I think when Crawford ends up fighting Spence, I think that he will have to retire. Reason being because we know after you fight Spence, you know what I mean, that takes like 4 or 5 fights out of you. And I'm just being honest, you know, I'm not trying to get out all the Crawfords, the diehard Crawford fans, but that's just the God honest truth. Nobody comes right back into a fight after they fight Spence. Pay attention to the pattern. Look at Lamont Peterson. Look at Chris Algieri. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. They don't just come right back. So I actually kind of feel bad when Crawford actually has to take the fight. And as far as people saying that Earl strategically ducked, it's not really strategically ducking if we know that you're going to be there. Look, we got to take care of our side of the fence. We can mess around, right? Take this Crawford fight, and then these dudes may not be waiting for us. Sean Porter and Keith Thurman and all these guys already don't want to fight this guy. We know that. If you look at it, we know that Terence Crawford wants to fight him. So if Terence Crawford really wants to fight him, he shouldn't go nowhere for a while. So let's get these dudes that we know that we need to take care of that are really shaking in their boots. And we'll get right back to you, homie. You know, it ain't no thing. We gonna get right to you. And we gonna take care of you. We gonna dust you off. And then, you know, hopefully we don't beat you up too bad, because I still would like to see you fight until you about 37, 38. And then we're going to pick you back up. We're going to break you down. Then we're going to pick you right back up. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way I can see, as good as his skills are, Earl Spence is so elite at cutting off the ring. Like, it's not even funny. He's actually one of the best right now at cutting off the ring. He makes that ring very small. It could be a 22 by 22 foot ring. He going to cut that ring off. He gonna chop that tree down, and we gonna stop. We gonna stop Crawford, man. I didn't like how Crawford was really talking on that. He seemed more arrogant and cocky than I expected him to be.
He was clout.
I feel like you're not doing everything in your power to make that fight either, and that's all I gotta say.
He was clout chasing, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, one minute we're saying, oh, Crawford don't talk, man. He's too quiet, man. He's too, you know, he don't talk, and now he's talking up. We're saying, oh, we don't like the way he's talking.
And I never.
True. It's true. It's true. We finally get to see Crawford say some shit, talk some shit, and now everybody complaining about what he's saying. It's true.
I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna say he clout chasing one bit, because the problem is he don't ever talk, and now we get to hear him talk. He's speaking his mind. So let the dude speak. He ain't no clout chasing. He ain't never spoke. So we don't know what he doing. He ain't never spoke.
The man's entitled to say whatever the fuck he wants, and he's entitled to express how he feels. And if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. I mean, what the fuck did he say that was so wrong? What's he supposed to say? Oh man, I'm scared of Spence, man. Spence is so great. And all this and that. Man, fuck all that, man. Crawford, you know what I mean? Man, you lot need to start holding it down on Crawford, man. Like,
let him say it by himself. Let him say it by himself, not with a bunch of yes men around.
Who was there? Who was around?
Like 4 other guys.
He was at the gym, dog. Like,
yeah, but I mean, that's probably his boys, man. I mean, his boys are rooting for him, they're supporting him. You know, you can't really interpret that as yes men, because, you know, yeah, he was at the gym, wasn't he? He was at the gym. You know, he could have just been, you know, his boys just saying, yeah, man, you know, we believe in Crawford as well. I mean, what is these boys supposed to say? Nah, man, Crawford, you know, Spence is going to get you, man. And, you know, but otherwise that would have been a debate. And,
yeah, you
want to
be a firm in his comfort zone.
I mean, if you're talking about Broner and him having, you know, yes men around him, then I can see that, because, you know, Broner be saying some stuff that's just disillusional, and it makes you wonder as to who's in his corner that's not trying to check him. Do you know what I'm saying? But Crawford ain't done nothing wrong. Like, I don't understand why everyone's going in on Crawford. Like,
well, one of them ones. Can I add on to
because
it?
It's simply because it's Arum. That's all it is.
It's a little bit of that, but it's not really that.
He slipped and fell into re-signing with Bob Arum. He tripped over a hole and re-signed with Bob Arum. Like someone.
I ain't gonna lie, PK ain't never gonna forgive him for that. So we might as well stop trying to make PK do that. He ain't never gonna forgive him.
Well, let's
get
ready for Shakur Stevenson as well too, because the hate's gonna build up for him.
Yeah. You're right. But let me just add on to what I don't want to lose train of thought of what one of them ones was saying. Now, one of them ones, I do like the trash talk. And I like all of that stuff. But the only thing I don't like about the trash talking is there's so many times where they say that Terence Crawford is the type of dude, he doesn't really engage fans and stuff like that. Like, I ain't gonna lie, you could like him all you want. He probably wouldn't talk to you, bro. He probably would tell the PR person, you know, go right outside. I forgot what his PR person's name is. But that's the type of dude that he is. You know what I mean? Earl Spence is the type of dude that will talk to you, bro.
Nah,
he's a real down-to-earth person.
It's not only that. Post-fight talk like that. When they're interviewing you, post-fight talk like you.
And Fula is definitely right.
During a post-fight.
You don't even call him out. You're like, Bob,
say something like this.
Bob, make the fight.
Earl Spence, Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. Play that after a fight.
Yeah, but let's not forget this video was his Instagram. This was an Instagram video, right? So this is on his phone. This wasn't to the media. He pressed the button. He went live on Instagram, and you know that was just Crawford in his own environment, in his own space, and you know he pressed the button, and that's how he is. You know, when he's in his environment. As to how he is in front of the media, then yeah, it could be a different story. But hey, look. I agree that I don't like the idea of I can't co-sign or endorse. I don't like the fact that he's re-signed with Bob Arum, and I have to hold my hands up. That's something that I can't stand by. But with that being said, I don't know the details behind all of that. It could be that he got some pretty decent money, as Callie was saying, out of all of that. And at the end of the day, if he got some decent money, re-signing with Crawford, and he was supposed to be the face of ESPN, then hey, look, man, it's a business move. It is what it is. As I say, I would have rather seen him sign with PBC because evidently the track record of a lot of the PBC fighters have been good for the fighters. I don't like Bob Arum. I don't like Top Rank or none of that. So I just want to clear that up. But it is what it is. But Crawford, the man, Crawford, the fighter, man. Like, we're not talking about Adrian Broner here. This is Crawford, man. I just think that
I would never compare him to Adrian Broner.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
We're not comparing him to Adrian Broner. We actually don't care what Adrian Broner does because he's not elite. See, we only talking about elite fighters here. So, and like I told you, it's not really the trash talking thing. It's more so that you don't say that after the fights.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't keep that same energy. We have the saying in America. One of them ones you should know about it. Keep that same energy.
He's doing this stuff on social media. He's not talking at the right times when it's the most opportune time to make the fight. That's on my own point.
Okay. Yeah, right. You're right. But at least we got to see something. That's the thing. We don't ever get to see Terence Crawford, Bud Crawford in his element, and we actually did this time. You know what I mean?
I mean, we can cascade this down.
I would like to see more of it.
Yeah, we can cascade this down now to that. You want to see Terence Crawford talk the way that he's been talking when he had that confrontation with Spence, and how he's been talking on IG. You want to see that in front of all the big cameras after a post fight, in a post fight. Okay, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Don't tell me that
he's not that type of dude. He's not that type of dude.
He obviously is when he around his groupies.
It's a business, though, man. It's a business. If you want to get those fights, you got
platform. He was in front of. This was an IG live. And he was getting tough questions at that. You know what I mean? Because if you watch the video, he was pretty defensive, trying to defend the honor of Bob Arum and the ESPN deal and whatnot. You know what I mean? So it's not like it was just a bunch of fanboys like riding his dick. Yeah, he had his teammates and people that in his entourage in the background at the gym. I mean, that's expected. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to have haters around you. I mean, what's the problem here?
Yeah, I think you kind of jump into conclusions a little too early.
It ain't no problem, bro. It's just good boxing talk. I'm gonna let you go one of the ones, but I just want to say this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we love what Crawford is doing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing what he need to do. He need to keep talking. You know what I'm saying? Long as he keep talking, we good. You know? Keep building this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Keep talking throughout the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? You got to sell us on your fight because we already know what Mikey and Earl gonna do. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do some numbers. If Pacquiao and Broner did 400,000, Earl and Mikey can do 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, and the other thing is that just because you don't like the way that Crawford is speaking, at the right time and all this and that shouldn't define how you feel about Crawford. Like that shouldn't say,
no. We
Let
think he's a great fighter. I'm pretty sure everybody on the panel thinks that he's a great fighter. One of them was. No, we're not. We're definitely not saying that. What we're trying to say is keep that same energy. I think that's the moral and the message in the glass bottle. You know what I mean?
Let me just make this clear, and I do want to clarify myself. And one of them ones, I mean, no disrespect to you at any time, brother, but this is my thing with Terence Crawford. I completely respect his ability inside the ring. He is definitely an elite. He is probably the most skilled boxer at 147. As far as just the variety of things that he can do, I think that Errol Spence is equally skilled, if not more skilled in some areas. But just because I think that Spence is the best doesn't mean that I don't think Crawford could if there's anyone that can beat Spence, it's Crawford to me. So I do want to see that fight. But what what the problem I have with Crawford is that what is happening in the ring is not equating to what, like the things that he's saying or not saying. Just, I don't know, man. I think there's this gap. I think there's a gap between what we want and what Crawford's actually going to do. And I don't know, man. I'm not really explaining myself right now, but I respect Crawford's abilities completely, man. I think he's an incredible boxer. But I do personally just feel that he is ducking and dodging around the Spence fight. And he can say whatever he wants to, you know, he's talking now or whatever. And I'm sure he's been getting a ton of criticism for not saying anything. And I know he hears that shit, man. Whether he comes on Trill Boxing or not, I know he hears the things that are being said about him in the LDBC. I know that he does. So I want to, are we doing the best fight the best here, or are we doing go get that money, dog, however you can get it? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it, and I just get frustrated with it.
Yeah. Okay. And it's all good, man. You know, there's no disrespect to anything, man. It's all love in here, man. We're just cooking that, you know, good boxing talk because we're all passionate fans and all of that. You know what I mean? But the other thing that I want to say is that Crawford is consistent. In my opinion, Crawford is consistent to me. That, you know, when on the build up with the Benavidez fight, he was talking a whole gang of shit. The rivalry in the build up to that fight was deep. I mean, there was that incident where he went to, was it Benavidez's gym? And what did he say to him? He said something about concentrate on your fight before you don't make it to your fight.
Yeah. That's exactly what he said. Focus on your fight before you don't make it to your fight.
Right. So this ain't nothing new from Crawford. This is Crawford's. Listen, man.
He do that to Earl. He ain't coming to Earl gym in Dallas like that. I can't see that. I can't see that. Yeah.
Hey, you said keep that same energy, and trust me, I understand that, man. We understand that in the UK, man. It's all good, but I'm just saying to you, man, Crawford's a real one, man. He's a real one, and he's the type of person that he won't back down from nothing. If you get him into that zone, he's the type of person that just won't back down. Hell, Crawford will probably get in there with Wilder. You know what I mean? He's got that level of recklessness to him. Like I just see that in him. I see it in him. And, you know, in terms of him not talking at the right time, yeah, I can hear your points, but to me, none of that really matters. It's because I've heard him speak. And
one of them ones, not to cut you off, brother, but could you answer me a question? When they met up face to face, right?
Yeah.
Crawford and Spence.
Hold on. You must be around. I know you on the Ferris wheel, but it sounds like you got some clowns by you too.
Nah, that's the music that we got. That's the music we got. You ain't gonna get popped for that.
I hope not. All right, go ahead, bro.
He trying to get at me, man. He says, "Trust me, I hate this music, bro. Trust me, I hate it."
Was on the slide one.
But what I was getting ready to say is, like you see, when they met up, didn't it seem like Crawford was more the jokester? You know what I mean? And that Earl was in there with the all red Nike tech, just with the hood over him. On some real, like, on Streetman King. You heard? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So, all I'm trying to say is this. And he rolled to his event. And he don't even get along with Maurice Hooker like that. I don't want to keep adding on these things. Like Errol Spitz strikes me as that type of guy. Like, he willing to walk into a volcano for what he believe in. And I'm not saying that Crawford ain't. But Crawford he got to show up to more PB. He got to show up to like an actual PBC event. I'm not talking about just the Wilder thing, like, because I didn't really count that. I kind of felt like that was all the stars coming out, and I kind of felt like a lot of people was getting at him because of what we were saying about Earl coming to his event. But like, just come to a couple, man, so I could believe it, man. That's all I want Crawford to do. If Crawford does that, I believe that he's trying to make the fight. That's all
I got some news real quick. Let me cut everybody off real quick. So sources say Triple G now meeting with officials from PBC. They say Golovkin met with Eddie Hearn and John Skipper. If you don't know who John Skipper is, that's the CEO of Disney over ESPN. He met with those earlier today. Pursuit of Triple G seems to be reaching the final stages. So, as of right now, I guess it's like on the hunt for Red October because they really trying to get this boy. Everybody's meeting with him. I have a feeling he's gonna end up with his own, but what does everybody take on that? That just came through. It was reported 50 minutes ago, but I just got the notification. Fuller, what do you think about it?
Okay, go.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, I thought, me personally, the rumor has been that he's basically been signed to the zone, which is what I truly believe. He just meet with people, or at least he's close to signing to the zone, and he's just trying to get more money out of the zone. He's not going to go over there because he still wants a Canelo fight. I think he wants one more Canelo fight, and then he retires. I don't think he's looking to sign any kind of long-term deal with anybody. Dude turns 37 this year. 37. I don't see him fighting beyond the Canelo fight and on Mexican Independence Day. I think he retires right after that fight, in my opinion. I just don't see him fighting at 37 and a half and 38 years of age. I just don't see him doing it. I think he's going to get one more huge payday against Canelo, and then I think he's going to get up out of there, man. I just don't see him. That's why he ain't going to fight Charlo. He'll find some tomato can out of Kazakhstan or somewhere, man. Some dishwasher worker. Maybe he'll find Stay Ready plumber or something and fight him. But I'm pretty sure that he'll do something like that next, man. It all depends on, man. I don't know if Stay Ready cares about his plumber that much, but I mean, Triple G would love to fight him. He definitely love to get that fight in there one more time, and then he get that fight Stay Ready's plumber, fight Canelo, retire. And that's all I see. I don't see him going beyond that, in my opinion. I would be absolutely shocked if he goes past that.
I ain't got no plumbers. Now, what was you going to say, Fuller? Fuller Sports. About Triple G.
I expected that. I don't expect anything different. Triple G. Even Abel Sanchez came out and said Triple G fights. No governing body is going to make him fight anybody. He chooses who he wants. So I know he has no desire of fighting like a Charlo, fighting like a Andre, or fighting like even a Brandt at this point. He just does fight those guys. Skill for skill wise, Canelo is in terms of like just like who he can take. That's equal. But other guys, he can't take. He can't even involve with give Triple G a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So I expected this.
So what was you gonna say? One of them ones?
Yeah, I was just gonna catch up with what Aqua said, but it's all good, man. It's all good.
Oh, well, what do you thought? What's your thoughts on Triple G?
Bro, you know what? I didn't. What was he talking about with Triple G? What's he gonna done now?
No, man. I said Triple G. He's about to meet with I'm sorry, notifications. But he was fit to meet with PBC. Yeah. He already met with John Skipper of Disney, which is ESPN, and he's already met with Eddie Hearn for the zone. And the pursuit for Triple G is reaching the final stages. So everybody's
to be honest with you, I don't really have much opinion on that. I mean, it seems like Triple G is really after that Canelo rematch. He's really hurt. That he's got a W, he's got a L on his record, and he's trying to do everything that he can to get that rematch with Canelo. I don't think much from what I've seen. It doesn't look like too many people have got the appetite for a third rematch. But as I said, I don't really have too much opinion on it. Triple G is going to do. I don't really care for Triple G right now. I don't really care what happens to him. If he retires, he retires. I don't really care who he fights.
He dies.
You know, he's just gonna do what he's doing, man. You know. So yeah.
PK, what's your thoughts on it, man?
Man, I don't have much to say, man. I'm pretty much done with Triple G. Triple G and Canelo, man. Fuck him.
Act Reacher.
It's good, bro.
What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I hope he's looking in the PBC direction, you know. That's all I can hope, man. But, you know, I don't really know. Triple G is an enigma right now, like Callie's name. So I really don't know what direction he gonna go. And like I said, I hope it's the PBC route so we can get the more Charlo fight, but I doubt that. You know, I think he wants a safety net. He's an acrobat that needs a safety net right now.
Janitor in your room is the option. The janitor in your camp. You know what I'm saying? Where you fight at your gym, the janitor in your gym is an option.
He might give him work because he used to be a good amateur. So he might give Triple G work. And I think he was a middleweight. I gotta ask him though.
Damn. Hey, what's your thoughts, odd fella?
Yeah, I don't really care much for Triple G no more. Like whatever he does, it's whatever. He's not, to me, he's not in the big picture in boxing no more. He's just I believe he's just chasing after that Canelo fight again for that trilogy so we can cash out and ride off into the distance. All this talk of him going to PBC and him meeting with the PBC, I suspect is just I wouldn't say negotiations, but just tactics. I would say tactics he's using to increase his market value or to increase the bag from that he'll probably be getting from the zone, because I don't see, if he's going to PBC, how he would get that Canelo fight so easy, you know, dig. So it's whatever. The WBC mandating that whole Charlo Golovkin thing was all bullshit. It was never gonna go down. Like it was being said earlier. Sanchez was saying that Triple G doesn't move by no sanctioning bodies and whatnot. So that tells the story right there. So I mean, it's like fuck Triple G.
That's why he ain't got no belt. But that's why he ain't got no belt. But 503, man, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
Oh man, shit, you know, Triple G signing with the zone, man. You know what I'm saying? I think he going after that Canelo fight. You know what I'm saying? They steady talking about it. So I don't know, man. I ain't fucking with Triple G, man. He steady ducking the mandatory with Charlo. You know, I don't know if he gonna get his WBC belt back. I don't know what he gonna do, man. Maybe he is gonna chase the Canelo payday. You know, but I know Al Heyman was gonna give him a bag too. So what is it really about? You know what I'm saying? Is you cherry picking again or what?
Man. So I guess it's safe to say that don't nobody.
503. It's not a fighter, actually.
Huh?
I said Triple G is lightweight 503's favorite fighter. I'm just playing, man.
Hey, so it's safe to say that everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel don't give a fuck about Triple G no more. So guess what? He's going in the trash can. We ain't gonna mention him no more unless he fights. Unless he fighting the Lions or he's fighting a top tier opponent. Because don't nobody give a fuck. So that news will never be brought up on this channel again. Triple G is now a cuss word on this channel unless he's fighting top tier opponent. Because he's been ducking everybody.
Agreed.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Hey man, I love old school music, dog. Man, if I ain't have to go to work, I'd be sitting out in my garage with a spliff right now listening to some Curtis Mayfield.
Hey, you know what I was thinking about today? And I think this song fits Blue Blood Sports TV to a T, and I sent it to him. I said to me his theme song should be Gangstar Work. That just makes it's perfect to him, man. The dude got like 400 jobs. And, you know, say Andy covered boxing on the side, man.
You ain't lying. God damn! I done seen him working in the office. I seen him driving that EMT truck. I see him on the road.
So, man, you know, I tell you, my dear guy, I got 52 jobs, man. I tell you this here. You know something else, man. I saw Emmanuel Sampson. I heard that he was about to pass away. So I knew another job's going to open up. My name is Blue Blood Sports TV. I'm definitely going to pick up that job next. Your boy, you best believe it. You know, 53 jobs soon.
Hey, salute to Blue Blood, man. It's true, man. I've seen him in about 15 different uniforms, and I'm joking, but yeah, man. Salute to Blue Blood, man. I love that brother, man. New York all day, man. Salute.
Man, I swear. Man, Blue Blood is one of my favorite channels, and I know he the LDBC, but he one of my favorite channels because he dropping something talking about as soon as it dropped, he done made a video on it already because I know he got the inside scoop.
Yeah. Snacks said Blue never home. Blue's always on the grind, man. He's always on the grind. One time I saw him in what looked like a sports car. I was thinking, right, is that a Ferrari or something? He was in a sports car. I was thinking, yeah, he works hard.
I wanted to ask him what type of car he got with them bucket seats he got, them racing seats.
Yeah, exactly.
The interior of that car clean and a bitch.
Yeah, it is, ain't it? I think it's a Challenger or something.
That's the first thing I thought, a Challenger, but then I said no. I said he looked like he'll be a Camaro driver.
Yeah, I think slick, man.
Yeah, you can't see the outside, but the interior is sick, man.
Yeah. He's on his grind, man. You know what I mean? He does all that he does with boxing, and we've seen how hard he works. You know what I mean? And yeah, salute to him, man.
Man, it is a cold muscle car. But man, y'all know it's 6:47, man. I tell y'all what, we're gonna go ahead and call it short. Man, I appreciate everybody that came through, but I'm gonna go ahead and get some final words. One of the ones, let me get some final words, my brother.
Yeah, it's your boy, one of them ones, you know what I mean, straight out of South London and all of that. Salute to everyone in the chat that came through, all the usual suspects in the chat, all the usual suspects on the panel, the one and only 503 Lion, the other half, the Houston hard hitters, my man at Reacher, Full of Sports. You know what I mean? If you want to get that latest and freshest update on all them sports, including the athletics, it's my brother Full of Sports. So make sure you subscribe to everyone on the panel. Cali, Stay Ready, Already All Day, PK, the Odd Fella. And we had a good conversation talking that boxing and all of that. And
wait a minute.
See that what just dropped in the messenger? You see that what just dropped in the messenger?
You gotta understand, I'm on my laptop, so when y'all sitting there, it comes right across my screen, man, and that just like, no, that hey, that is what that is, man. That is. Yeah, go ahead.
Is that a blessing? That's a blessing, right? That's a blessing, right?
Hey, Cali, is that what you're working with? Yeah. All right, nice. See? Yeah. That's hey, Cali. So that's how you live.
Hey, man, that's an Instagram file, man. Come on. You should be able to tell that, man. Her Instagram, that link is hers. The link in the Instagram, that link in the messenger, that's her.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, it was a foul ass window on my screen. All I seen was tattoos and titties. I'm sorry. That's all I saw. I didn't see nothing else. I'm sorry. I didn't see nothing else.
Hey, stay ready. Like I say, bro, if I was in the NBA, Klay Thompson doing it right. This dude running through Instagram models like it's nothing. But he is fucking that the chick off who was on the Spider-Man. Remember the black chick that was fucking with the last Spider-Man movie that came out? The one that the white dude started movie? Yeah, the one that was in high school. Klay Thompson smashed. Yeah, Klay Thompson smashed.
Wait, which one?
Oh, she was nice as well, man.
The star of the movie.
Last Spider-Man,
Yeah, the homecoming one. Yeah, he's smashing her.
Which one? The one that
Peter
played
Parker
MJ?
chick. Yeah, the one that was Peter Parker chick.
The black chick that he was getting at.
Yeah, that one. He fucking her now.
She alright. Oh man, dag man. Much respect to
Klay Thompson, bro. Klay Thompson stay with bad ones, bro. I was like, God damn, bro. Man, I seen that motherfucker fuck with some badass chick in the club in Oakland, man. I remember I had to go through that, man. I'm like, what the fuck is that Klay Thompson coming out that bitch? Man, Klay Thompson had like 3 different bitches on him, bro. All bad. Leaving the club. I like this nigga leaving with 3 bitches. I mean, I ain't mad at Klay, man. Klay stayed. Klay running through as much as he can before his time is over. He don't give a fuck.
Klay stays shooting the 3.
Big up Klay Thompson.
3.
Yeah.
Klay, I'm telling everybody talking about Klay stay winning, bro. Klay just being smart. He like, I'm gonna fuck all y'all bitches, but I ain't impregnating not one of y'all. My pull-out game is nice. Just letting y'all know I ain't leaving out a drop of none of that to y'all at all.
He said, he the linear pull-out game.
His pull-out game is wet as his jumper, bro. That's what he's saying.
Hey, you know what? Hey, hold on. Lawrence, you gotta be kidding me. He said Ivan Baranchyk has pulled out of the World Boxing Super Series.
Pull up.
Reasons. Taylor will rematch since he's an alternate.
No, you know what? The World Boxing Super Series hasn't been paying dudes on time, man.
Yeah, but they just came back on, and they got the financial backing and was supposed to start paying.
Yeah, wait. So what happened
don't believe it, man.
Say
they probably don't believe it.
Say the news again.
Ivan Baranchyk, however you pronounce his name.
Baranchyk. Ivan Baranchyk pulled out due to financial causes.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Why didn't y'all pay that dude, man? I could have finally really seen where Josh Taylor was at, man.
Yeah, but you know that's probably what it is. They didn't pay that dude, man. That's what it's coming down to. I'm trying to tell you, the World Boxing Super Series probably ain't gonna be. Probably not gonna come to a conclusion, in my opinion, man. You said they supposed to have got the fund back, and apparently they didn't get what they were supposed to get because dude bounced. That dude, the financial reason was saying that he didn't get paid, man. He didn't get paid. That's what that's saying. You're supposed to get something up front and then get something else at the back end because I don't blame him. You're going to pay me something up front and then you're going to pay me something on the back end because I don't trust you at this point. You know, I said there was a time, usually in the fight you get paid after the fight, but with these guys are proven to be untrustworthy. You got to pay me something up front for real. Then you pay me the rest.
I actually thought that the whole situation was sorted out, but evidently, I don't know what's going on there because the last I heard was that it was all good, it was all sorted out, and all the fighters are going to get paid. But this is obviously breaking news, so yeah.
I'm really upset by it, man.
All I care about is Josh Taylor and Prograis. That's it. That's all I care about, man. Fuck the whole series, man. If that's how they're moving with the finances,
but one of them ones, hopefully they get paid because mess around going into the final round if they both make it, which I see both of them make it. If I could see one of them pulling out of the championship fight,
bro, it would be true for none of these fights were scheduled anyway.
I wanted to see Baranchyk and Josh Taylor fight. Because Baranchyk got power. I wanted to see that fight.
I agree.
I just made a case for Baranchyk yesterday.
I agree with you 100%, Mac, because that would have been a good measuring stick to see how Josh Taylor deals with power punches, like real power punches. I wanted to see if he would have been able to take his power away, move on angles, or if he would have got clicked. If he would have been able to take it, but
yeah, I agree. I can never get his name right, but I agree with you.
Yeah, I really wanted to see that, man. Y'all done fucked up. The goddamn 140-pounders for me.
Well, it's not. Maybe they can sort something out, man. Maybe they could. They're still negotiating. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's not all the way over. Maybe they can sort something out, and the fight might be back on again, but. We'll have to see.
Yeah, man, that's frustrating, though. That's frustrating as fuck. Oh, God! Hold on, Hyphy. What? Ohio runs boxing. Got 8 kids. Him and Blue Blood running a tight race.
But hey, let me ask you something, Brett. If you had performed some job duties and they told you after that you weren't done, they were like, well, we probably ain't gonna be able to pay you for like about 5, maybe like 3, 4, 5 months or something like that. Or we'll pay you whenever you get.
I would look at them dead in their face and say, well, since you can't pay me for 5 months, this job can't get done for 5 months.
Well, it depends on your it depends on your relationship with the people. You know what I mean?
Ain't no relationship.
I don't get. I'm with you, ready. Ain't no relationship. 5 months. No, I don't care if you're my brother. You gonna fucking pay me. You wait 5 months.
Nah.
Hey, one of them ones.
Something tweeting pulled out.
Down here in the States, my bills don't stop at all. My bills don't stop. Rent don't stop. Taxes don't stop. All that you gotta pay. Period. Nothing you can do about it. So for me to be doing a job that I could be focusing my time somewhere else making some money, I'm not for to focus it on a job I'm not getting paid for. So you're gonna have to pay me. If you can't pay me, you get no work. And believe me, I'm gonna let it be understood from the jump. And they just got wrapped like a motherfucker.
Yeah. What I mean is like in this case, I wouldn't go for that. I'd be jumping out and I'd be pulling out. You know what I mean? Because you're dealing with corporations and probably hedge funds and all of that. So fuck all of that. But no, I just mean if you know my man's going through some problems and you're gonna get your money. If you believe that you could get your money, but it's gonna be delayed.
How long would you wait? Would you wait 2 years? If you knew you were gonna get your money in 2 years, would you wait that long?
Nah, not 2 years, man. Not 2 years.
I just want to know where you would draw the line at, bro. Yeah, I ain't waiting. I think I can wait as long as I can wait will probably be about a month. I can't wait longer than that. I can wait about a month if it's someone I trust.
I'm not waiting a month because if I'm contracted to do a job, you're contracting to get my money. Period. I got bills. I'm counting all my coins from the jump. I'm a businessman. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I've been dealing with business for a long time. I'm not doing nothing for free, and I'm not doing nothing on credit, and I'm not doing nothing on layaway. I need some money.
I mean, StayReady, I'm pretty sure you got this mentality. If you know you ain't gonna get paid, and you just completed a job, you may undo all that work. Am I correct?
Undo all that work. I would. It depends on the job. I would tear stuff up on purpose. And then I used to be in sales, so it used to be client relations. I will mess up relationships. And I have. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I have. But I would over commissions. Over commissions, I've messed up relationships. Yeah. Because people don't give me my commission. So you're not gonna play me. You're gonna pay me, not play me.
But there's a difference between someone playing you and like say understanding the situation. I'm not saying, hey, by the way, I'm not saying that you should wait. Like it's nothing like that. I'm just trying to kind of play devil's advocate and add a different dimension.
Hey, but think about it. You talking about these guys are probably being something like 500,000, maybe 600,000 being withheld from these guys. I don't want to wait. Especially you supposed to have paid me right after the fight. You tell me you're going to wait whenever you find a way to get the money to pay me. No, give me my money now. I work for that shit. Even though maybe $5 or something, I could probably wait a little bit longer. But something like 500,000-600,000, no, I don't want to wait that long for my money after you signed a contract stating you were going to give me my money at this time. You said after the fight, the contract said after the fight, I pay you. I want to be paid after the fight, like the contract states.
Let me tell you something, one of the ones. In the States, if we got a contract and you got to pay me, then all of a sudden that you put, well, I can't pay you right now. You got to wait 5 months. Guess what goes in effect because you signed that contract. Anytime you sign a contract, I don't care what it is, everybody gets a copy. Now, once you sign that contract and you talking about waiting 5 to 6 months, or
I'm gonna put a lien on your house.
Hold on, you talking about waiting 3 months? Guess what goes now? I'm finna go into arbitration because for one thing, I think everybody needs to have a lawyer. Period. I don't care if you make minimum wage. I think everybody needs to have a lawyer that you can call. Me, I do. He used to be my entertainment lawyer when I used to do music, but he's still my lawyer to this day. It cost me $100 just to talk to him. But guess what? If it's messing with my pay, I'm finna call him. Hey, swoop, whoop, whoop, blase, blase. Hey, handle it. And guess what? My money's on the way. if they have to start garnishing wages, my money is on the way.
Hey, you know, there's another way you could do. What I do is, especially when it comes to like real property, because I was in real estate. What I do, I wouldn't even go to arbitration. I put a lien on your fucking house. Especially if you own that shit, I'm gonna put a lien on your house, and then if you can't pay me, I'm gonna end up owning that bitch. For real.
I mean, it's the same thing in the UK. You know, don't get twisted. It's the same in the UK, same in Canada as well. With all of this, you know, if you're a good businessman and you're dealing with business, the one thing you want to do is get what's called a director charge. You know what I mean? Put a charge on the property or a valuable asset that you can reclaim. You understand? And then because all the banks do it, you know what I mean? When you get a mortgage, you know what I mean? If you don't pay with us within a certain time, they'll take your house. You know what I mean? It's the same in the States. It's the same everywhere. So, you know, but when we're talking about these boxers, I don't think none of these guys that are fighting in the world, the WSS, have got, you know, director charges and liens against their properties just in case they can't pay up or any other valuable assets. I don't think none of that is in a contract. I don't think that would be in any boxing contract. You know what I mean? It's like I agree that if they're not getting paid, they shouldn't fight. You know, you can't, especially when you're dealing with corporations and hedge fund managers and schemes and stuff like that, man. Fuck all of that. You know what I mean? But this is, you know, it's the politics, and as I say, the only fight I care about is Prograis and Taylor, and it looks like that might not even happen now. So, you know, we'll have to just see, man. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see. Hey, 78 getting ready to go live, so let me finish up getting those final words. Hey, odd fella, let me get your last words, my brother.
Once again, respect for shooting that link. You know what I mean? Respect and salute to the usual suspects. One of them ones, Act Reacher 45, Fula Sports, in the dig, 503 Lion, PK, Boxing and MMA. My man, the Cali Enigma out of Oakland, in the dig. And always, respect due to my guys, Stay Ready. It's your favorite, yet your most hated odd fella. And I'll be back for another live stream. And I'm gone.
Salute, my brother.
Hey, Stay Ready. I just want to say one thing, man. I'll be meaning to ask PK something as well, but we run out of time, so I have to do it another time. But yo, PK, when you're next doing a live or something, man, let me know, because I want to ask you about Anderson Silva's next fight coming up. I know we can't do it now, we got to wrap up, but just let me know when you're on so I can get your opinions on that. So yeah,
for sure, man.
All right, and Fula, let me get some last words, my brother.
Thank you again, man, for having me on the panel. I really appreciate it, man. It's always good to talk to. I think honestly that if we agree with each other all the time, so it's good to have a little bit of difference of opinion, and as long as it's body respectful, it's all good. Shout out to the whole LDBC, to the whole the key cities, you know, the Texas. We got Philly, North Philly, West Philly, South Philly, New York, Harlem, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Jersey, Chi-Town. My guy, my uncle in UK. My bad, uncle. If I said something wrong, I know you'd be and phoning me afterward. You know, I just get caught up in the moment. But other than the same place, man. Again, really appreciate it.
Always, my brother. Always. I appreciate you coming through. Hey, PK, let me get some last words, my brother.
Mac, man, I really appreciate you having me on. It's always great to be part of the boxing conversation. It's great to chop it up with the usual suspects. I appreciate you letting me come on here and rant and rave. Hoping I didn't offend anybody too bad, and I'm hoping we get this Bud versus Spence fight, man. I'm hoping to maybe goad Bud into this fight, perhaps. But yeah, man. Thanks once again. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And I'll catch you next time, man. Thanks.
Already. Cali, let me get some last words, my brother. Enigma, you on mute. Can you hear me, Cali?
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro, man. I'm sorry. Hold on, me get rid of that. I guess Blue Blood just reported that he's getting ready to sign. Eddie Hearn's getting ready to sign Triple G, and I guess they're excited because Eddie Hearn, I guess he signed Sora Rungvisai too. Sora Rungvisai is a great fighter, man, but unfortunately he has no name recognition in America. I don't know that Eddie Hearn fans like Eddie Hearn's making all the big fights, and all the Americans gonna start watching. No one knows who Sora Rungvisai is outside of really hardcore fans, and no one gives a fuck about Triple G outside of fighting Canelo Alvarez. So at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn hasn't signed shit because you don't have any of the American stars that are more appealing to anybody, no matter what all you dumbass Eddie Hearn fans continue to say. Eddie Hearn hasn't signed anybody of relevance yet. And that's because that's why the zone ain't doing shit. Even Canelo last fight didn't do shit.
So Roman's not gonna fuck around and lose the Juan Estrada anyway.
I know. So at the end of the day, man, like we keep trying to tell you, we don't. None of this shit fucking matters, man. No one cares about any of these fucking fighters, man. You know, I guess they oh, they did well, they did decent on HBO, so we're gonna do well on the zone. No one gives a fuck. People are just watching boxing on the zone. People aren't gonna go out of their way to try to watch Sora Rungvisai fight on fucking HBO, because you know Jaime McGee did well on HBO, but you saw he just did nothing. He just did nothing on the zone. If he would have been fighting on ESPN or Showtime, his numbers would have been. He would have did well. But people aren't going out of the way to fucking watch the zone. No matter what you guys, well, you know, it's just been a short period of time. I said, man, there's a pattern here. No one's watching. That's the pattern. No matter what you say, no one's fucking watching. There aren't very many good fights. They had a good fight card. No one saw the shit except Stay Ready Boxing. So that's the problem. They had a good fight card. Only one saw was Stay Ready.
Yeah, that's because I was at the fight.
Exactly. So there's a problem with that, man. Like, no matter what you guys try to say, and the pattern with all of this is they don't really have any American stars. Canelo Alvarez is Mexican, but he's not American, and he doesn't fight. He hasn't really been fighting anybody. He's gonna fight Danny Jacobs, who doesn't have a huge following. Where's the big excitement from? I guess the one hope is that they can recreate what happened on HBO pay-per-view on the zone with Triple G Canelo Alvarez 3. I don't give a fuck about seeing that fight a third time. What did that fight do? Canelo's gonna beat the shit out this dude. This time to me works. No, this fight I thought the last two fights were draw. I don't think this is gonna be a competitive fight. Canelo versus Triple G the third time. I think Canelo stops Triple G. And then where does the zone go after that? I mean, you're gonna go after what do you want to do? You want to put together with Demetrius Andrade? He has no following. I mean, just saying. But who do you have that's an American star? That's who's an actual American that people want to see. That's where the problem lies with the zone. They don't have Americans that people want to see.
No, he don't. Not one fighter. I say he don't. Not one fighter.
No. Thanks for letting me come on, family man, and for let me speak my piece, I should say, brother.
Always, bro. Always. I appreciate you for coming on, man. Hey, close us out, my brother. Close us out.
I appreciate you, Mystic Mac, as always. Shout out to Fula, shout out to Cali, the Enigma, shout out to one of them ones, shout out to our fella, shout out to PK, shout out to my boy 503. You know, I don't think I missed anybody. It's always good having a healthy boxing conversation talk. I wish I could have interacted more, but I'm at work. I always appreciate you, Mac. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we're going to keep this thing pumping. We're going to keep it going.
Already, man. Salute to you. Salute to everybody on the panel. Salute to everybody in the chat. Man, great show today, guys. I appreciate everybody that came through and everybody that support. All my new subscribers, salute to you guys, man. I appreciate everybody that came through today. We on the road to 500, then we on the road to 1,000, and I got 438 as of right now. But for everybody that subscribed to me and everybody that supports this channel, make sure you go support each and every one of these guys that was on the panel today. From 503 to Legendary Top Cat to BFTB to Fool of Sports, PK Boxing, Odd Fella, 503 Line, Act Reacher, one of them ones. Make sure y'all go subscribe to these channels, man. Support the movement, LDBC. Y'all, we missed one of the fellas, one of the usual suspects, Rough House. But you know, he'll be back tomorrow probably. I haven't talked to him, but he'll be back tomorrow. We had just a great all around show. And make sure y'all take this energy over to 78 Sports TV when y'all leave here, because he's getting ready to go live now. And shout out to the whole LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. We working, man. We grinding out here. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon so you can be a part of the notification game and get the notification every time I go live, every time I drop videos, every time I drop anything, content. Don't matter. Y'all make sure y'all smash those buttons. And I appreciate everybody came through. And y'all know it's another boxing conversation with the usual suspects. I'm your boy Mac, Stay Ready Boxing TV, and y'all already know you ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. One.
Peace.
Peace.